Okay, so this is how you generate real leads and make money off of the fake leads you would have generated. So in order to generate nothing but real leads, you need to run a lead identity check in real time. And the way to do that is to put lead identity check on the back end of your form. And don't worry, we can handle this all for you. You have to do literally nothing. We'll take care of the entire thing. So when you put lead identity check on the back of your form, when a user goes to submit their information, it runs a lead check and see if the information entered matches the name of the user. If it matches and we get a solid score, they can continue in the funnel, go to the thank you page, get reported as a conversion. If they don't, then we would route them elsewhere and make money off of that fake lead. So what we're looking at is the back end of how this is done. It's important to know how things are operating, and then we'll move on to an example of the front end and exactly how we do this in our industry. So let's put in some fake information. And date of birth is not used for lead identity purposes, but we do convert date of birth to age. We give you a whole age like 67, and then we give you the decimal age like 67.93. And the reason that that's important is because in our industry, specifically the Medicare industry, anything under a 64.50 or 64.5 is considered a dead lead. And it's important to note that we generate the highest quality leads in the Medicare space. And the reason that we're able to do that is because we use lead identity check, and the leads that we're delivering to our partners are nothing but real legit leads. So we can charge a premium for that. So moving on, if I hit submit, we'll get some responses here. And depending on your industry, either the phone response is going to be most important or the email response. In some cases, a combination of the two. But in our industry, the Medicare industry, you have to have a valid phone number. It has to be active, and the phone number has to match the name of the user. That's just baseline criteria. So looking at phone score, the phone score will respond with a value of 0 and 100. Anything below a 68, we would consider a fake lead. In here, we can see the phone score is 0, so without a doubt, the phone number that we have here does not match John Q. This is an absolute bogus lead. Moving on to phone active. So the phone active will respond with a value of yes or no. And if the phone response is yes, not only is that phone number active and connected, but it has seen recent activity, which is the most important thing. There's plenty of phone numbers out there that are connected, but have they seen recent activity? Are they actively being used? And that's the value that we want. So in our industry and in most industries, if you have a phone score of 68 or greater and a phone active of yes, you can be certain that that's a real lead. You would move that lead to your thank you page, continue on to the funnel, deliver it to your partners, and report that lead as a conversion event. So this is great for blocking out competitors. You know, competitors not going to put in their real information. They will put in fake information, and we would route them to a different area entirely. So this is a cycle of you're generating quality leads, you're reporting these quality leads back to the conversion algorithm, you know, Facebook, what have you, and you in turn you're generating more and more high quality leads. Moving on to the email response. So many of you in your funnel, the landing page will be put in your email address, will send you an ebook or what have you by email, and then your funnel continues from there. So for those lead generators, email response would be the most important thing. You would want an email score of 68 or greater, and you'd want the email validation to be yes. So now let's move on to putting a real lead in, and then we can move on to showing you how we do this on our end. We'll move to the front end and we'll show you how we route leads and how we make money off of the fake leads. So our last example, we'll put in a real lead, and I'm just going to use myself. I'm going to use my exact information. I'm going to blur most of this out, obviously. That's my real email. and my real cell phone. And again, the date of birth does not matter. We'll hit submit. Taking a look at the phone score, we get a phone score of 98. If you get a value of 98, you can be certain that this is a real lead. And you can see that the phone active value is a yes. This phone has seen recent activity. I was on my cell phone earlier today, and yes, it has seen recent activity. And going down to the email response, the email score is a 90, and the email is indeed valid. This is 100% a real lead. We would route this to our thank you page. We would report this conversion event to the algorithm, and we would deliver this lead to our partner. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's move on to the front end to show you how we would do this on our exact form. Okay, so this is literally how our form looks. Let's use the example of the John Q just to get a real world example, 90210 Beverly Hills. And I don't know if you saw in the previous example, but we also will give you the city and state based on the zip code. So if you want to append those values to your lead and send those to your CRM, we can do that for you as well. And we'll put in John Q. And again, date of birth doesn't matter, but we do use it on our form. And we'll put in a fake email address and the number. So we wouldn't show you this on your front end of your form. Again, this is for training purposes as an example. But you can see you scored a 0 and you need a 68 or higher to pass. So what we recommend doing is giving the user the option of submitting a successful lead 2 times. And if on that third attempt they get it wrong, you would route them to a separate thank you page with separate instructions. So let's just do this a couple more times. Let's just say they don't want to make any changes. They try again. They fail. They try again. They have one final attempt remaining and hit C plans. So this would route to a separate thank you page. And if you want to keep it real simple, you can have a button here that says try again, and they can go through the funnel again. Just take them back to that form to start over. This works well, and you will get people that will put in their real information. But if you want to make money off of this lead, the best way to do that is to gain partnerships with people in your industry. So let's use the Medicare space as an example. Name an insurer. Name somebody that you're insured by in the health market. Chances are they offer Medicare insurance too. I would make a phone call to the top 3 to top 5 Medicare providers in the industry. I would get a hold of their marketing department, and all of these huge carriers have a script that they can give you that you'll put on this page, and when you click on it, they will give you money for that click. Because they have budgets of millions of dollars, they feel like they can turn that lead into a sale. In our space, we've developed relationships to where we have other lead generators that will put a link to their landing page on our site, and we display them in order. And when a user goes to click on that, we will get paid money back. You can get between $2 and $8 per click. And depending on the industry that you're in, we can give you that same script to make money off of, guaranteed. But that's something where we would have to build trust with each other, make sure you are generating legit leads and you're doing things by the book. And then we can allow you into our network and you can generate money off of those leads. But for right now, you would either route this lead back into the funnel, or you would develop these relationships with these partners, which I highly recommend doing, and they will give you between $3 and $8 per click. So you're making money off of all of these fake leads. So this is the absolute best way to generate real leads, how to generate higher quality leads, how to tell the algorithm that these are higher quality leads and to continue generating more high quality leads, how to make money off of the fake leads you would have generated. Each time you call the lead identity check, it'll be 15 cents per call. So it's pennies on the dollar to generate a real lead. It's the most important thing you can do to generating a real lead. And again, we can do this entirely for you. We can put this on your form for you. So please click the button below, make an appointment with us, and we will have a conversation, and then we will get this lead identity check on the back end of your form, and you can start generating real leads today.